Well, if we can transition to talk about real sports for a second. E-gaming.
Right.
Is that what it's called?
Yes.
E-gaming?
Yes.
Is that what the kids are calling it?
Yes.
Fortnite.
Yeah.
Fortnite. Epic Games has won a lawsuit against Apple. I don't know how that's fucking possible.
Good for them.
You don't take down Apple in a lawsuit. The FBI couldn't beat Apple in a lawsuit, right? The FBI was like, can we get up in these phones?
Yeah, like,
And
nah.
they're like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Well, Epic Games, who makes Fortnite, was trying to get some bread on the side, right? Apple's a dealer. Apple's like, yo, if you want to sell drugs, you got to do it over here in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And as long as you sell drugs on my fucking block, you got to give me 30%.
Yeah.
And that's 30% of whatever comes in. And their block is the Apple Store. So Apple don't give a fuck if you got Spotify or if you got any of these other apps because they know they're getting 30% of whatever comes in on that Apple Store. And then Epic Games, Fortnite, was basically like, yo, but we want to sell some shit within the game. They already got it from you when you bought it, but you don't need to take what happens in the game.
Yeah.
Like, we already got
Which is
you in the
valid.
game. Yeah, like,
valid.
why are you taking 30%? That's a little crazy, right? And they tried to set up their own little, I guess, like a e-commerce business, like almost like economy within the game. You get to buy, I think, V-Bucks they're called or something like that. I got to look up the exact name. And Apple was like, nah, you cutting that shit down. If you selling pussy over here, we get a percentage, right? And this is like the digital game currency that people use to like buy the sleeves and stuff for characters, etc. Right? It's really the first crypto when you kind of think of it.
Yeah.
It just doesn't fluctuate in the same way.
Right.
But it's a fake currency that you can use to buy
But
nothing.
it's buying real things to the consumer.
Well, I guess crypto is like NFTs are real things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
In a way, right?
Yeah.
So they sued, and I guess a fucking judge sided with them. And this is kind of big because now all these apps that were giving up 30% of whatever they made within the game to Apple, now they're all going to come out and be like, okay, we're going to sell our shit.
Yeah, this
within
hurts Apple. I'm curious actually what happened to their stock price after this. I would assume people are like, well, fuck, that's going to hurt their bottom line a good amount, I assume.
Interesting.
They just lost not 30% of income, but a decent chunk of income.
Because that's their whole business strategy, Apple. I think their whole thing is like, we're going to lean into the Apple Store, or the App Store, rather.
Right.
We don't give a fuck about like creating these different devices. Like, we don't care about Apple Music as much as we care about the store because we'll just get a piece of everybody's thing. We'll own the internet landscape, and then whatever happens here, we'll get a little bit of it. So now we don't have
Like
to
a mafia boss.
Exactly.
I don't need to find my own hustles. I just need you to find a hustle, and I'll make.
I don't need to make a
kickback off of
restaurant
you.
to compete with you. I get a piece of every restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apple's down 3.5%.
Interesting.
The last 5 days. Yep.
Interesting. So I don't know. What do y'all think? What is the?
I think it's a valid case. It was a little wild, like you. I didn't. Once you explained it, I was like, yeah, you shouldn't get money on the in-app purchases. No, just because they use the Apple Store to buy it, you get your kickback. But now it's my app.
No.
You don't get that money.
Like, Apple made the avenue for you to purchase this game. I eat off that.
Yeah.
If you wanted some shit to do outside, hey, find a way for them to buy your game without going through my app store.
Well, here's the thing that's interesting. They said that you couldn't even include links and stuff within your app that would take you outside of the app store for you to make those purchases. So they started like kicking out all those links where they could do like in-game purchases because they're like, nah, fam, we're gonna make sure we eat on anything that comes over here. I think I don't know, like, I understand Apple because they're like, hey, listen, we're going to create the marketplace. We're going to put a lot of money into the marketplace, and it's going to be so easy for people to buy your games. We're going to make it so simple for them.
You got to protect it against hackers, against this and that. There's a ton of maintenance. I just think the number's too high. 30%. What?
Yeah.
That's just
They got greedy.
They got greedy.
What if it's like 30% of the app, and then once you're in game, it's 10%? I don't think any of them are balking at 10%. But when you go 30 and it's already in the game,
30% of in-app, I don't even, or 30% of the app, I don't mind. Yeah, you to buy the app, take 30%.
But once you're inside, take a smaller cut.
Actually, and if it was 10, most apps are free, so they can't make money. So I'd be like, fine. If my app is free and you get 10% of in-app purchases, that's fine. But 30, no.
It seems egregious, right? Yeah. And that's the thing. What is it? What is
Also,
fat cats
30%
get
of
slaughtered?
nothing. If without the Apple Store, it's 30% of nothing.
That's true. And they're hosting your shit for free, right?
Yeah.
They're not charging you nothing to host. They're hosting, and then if your game happens to blow up, you got to pay off. But all the games that don't blow up, they're just taking that on the fucking arm.
Yeah, but it's like monopolistic type shit. Like, it's them or Android, and basically you're saying, we're not going to let you have any other way on our phone.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to give us 30%.
Wait, are you trying to say that Apple's like a shrewd businessman?
Yeah, but I'm saying America is gonna fight against any monopolistic shit.
Yeah,
so you're
I'm
not gonna
not
have a
too.
valid. Yeah.
Yeah, we will fight against a monopolistic practice if it hurts the consumer. That's what I've realized about us. Like, there's no question. Like, Amazon is a monopolistic practice, but it helps the consumer.
Yeah.
So all we really care about is ourselves, right? If we're sitting back at home and we get to get the package, right? If we get to get the fucking package delivered right to our door instead of going across the street to buy the book at Barnes & Noble,
And it's cheaper.
we'll do it.
Yeah, it's just so weird though. Like for example, I have the Amazon app on my phone, and I got the Amazon app for free, and then I downloaded a virtual book on the Amazon app, and I read the book, but I paid money to Amazon for it, even though it's hosted on Apple servers. You know what I mean? So like,
The book is hosted on Apple servers. Break that part down.
or like the app, like the Amazon app, like the Kindle app,
Yep,
is on Amazon servers.
Amazon servers.
Or I'm sorry, it's on Apple. Like I bought it through the App Store.
Gotcha. So the book, that money,
Yeah. So I did an in-app purchase through the App Store.
and 30% of that goes to Apple.
Yeah.
Is that? I'm
Right.
imagining
Yeah.
that's what
So
that
now
is.
I'm wondering, is the precedent that Amazon can come back and say, "Yo, we're not giving you anything."
Well, that's why this is a big deal.
Yeah.
Because once one company's
Wait,
not
they're
going
getting
to pay
30% of every purchase. So like, even if I buy something through the like Amazon store, if I buy groceries on the Amazon app,
That's what I'm wondering.
That's going to Apple?
And then my
that
question
seems
is,
crazy.
that
And
seems
then my
crazy. That's
question
my
is,
point.
why
There's
are
no
all
way
these-
they're getting 30% of everything.
Yeah, that seems crazy.
On top of that, all these guys push their app. If I was losing 30% of every in-app purchase, I'd be like, nah, you could buy this shit.
I would go
online,
so far as
on
to
the regular
say
web server.
they couldn't profit because the food that you buy at Whole Foods
Yeah.
is not priced differently on Amazon when you buy it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
It's not like there's a 30% hike that they could pay over that. They can't afford to give 30%. So there has to be something else going on.
That's what I'm wondering.
Or each company negotiates their own deal.
Different rate,
and
yeah.
Amazon is like, you're going to give this to us for nothing. And Apple's like, you're right about that.
Or I wonder if there's a virtual product thing where, like, if it's a virtual product that exists in your store and there's no competition, like it only exists in your app, then we get something. Whereas, but that's where I wonder with like the virtual book. Like, I'm buying a virtual book. There's no way Amazon gets 30% or Apple gets 30%.
Yeah.
It just seems so weird. But like Airbnb, I'm putting money into this.
Yep.
Apple's not getting any of it.
They have to get something.
Yeah,
That's the
so
business model. They
the
got to
cut
get a piece.
varies per.
It does.
Yeah,
Okay.
it varies by the company. So
Interesting.
that's what you work out. So like they get 30% of many digital in-app purchases.
Yeah.
So what this is really a negotiation for the percentage. They know eventually they're going to get some sort of cut,
Right.
and they can't risk it being kicked off the Apple app store because they'll lose too much money anyway. So they're like, all right, you're going to take a smaller percentage. It's just
But
interesting.
if they won the lawsuit, then they don't have to pay any percentage, right? Well, if Apple tries to kick them out of the thing, then couldn't they just go back to the same judge and say they've kicked us out now?
I think you're allowed to. I
mean-
think Apple's just allowed to put whoever they want on there.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, it's a private business. It's not like it's a utility or something
Right.
like that, right? But
I would love to see Apple's next move.
yeah, it's just going to
Are
be
they
interesting.
They're
going
gonna
to appeal?
They appeal.
Or are they
Yeah.
going to just kick them off?
I think they
Like,
just appeal and they let the fucking lawyers.
I
handle
bet
that
you
shit.
they appeal, they settle outside of court, and then they can't use that as the precedent
Yeah.
for the future shit. Because if
Yeah.
if it's decision,
Oh, yeah.
so I bet you they try to repeal the decision.
Yeah.
And then they'll settle outside.
And the precedence thing is interesting. Like, explain precedence.
So basically, like if a judge rules on something, to
Yes.
my knowledge,
Yeah.
then it can be used as a precedent for future cases.
So
Whereas-
other companies
yeah.
can go, look at the decision
yeah.
that happened right there.
We want the same ruling.
We want the
Whereas
same.
if they settle outside, even if it's the decision that the judge would have put forward,
Doesn't matter.
it can't be applied.
didn't establish a
Right.
precedent.
Exactly.
And they can put like NDAs in there. We'll all find out what it is.
Yeah.
But
Legally speaking.
legally speaking, there is no precedence for them to do it. And I don't know. It's kind of interesting. It's like, I know we put out the fucking episode, the NFTs are gay, whatever like that, and like they don't exist. They're not real. But the more that I've been like, just kind of like digesting content, understanding like what things are, like how humans interact with things, something doesn't have to be real for us to believe it is. Like, we make things real and we ascribe value to things that do not have value, right? And we do this all the time. And I think that NFT Jump is the first time we've done this to something that isn't actually there, right? So it's like a Jordan sneaker has no more value than like a regular Air Max sneaker, right? In terms of like the material used. The value is added, and it's the marketing of us believing in Jordan and valuing Jordan, or it's the value of us believing other people think Jordan's cool. So now we do, right? Whatever we decide is real becomes real and has value. You've seen this happen with diamonds. You see, everybody's, the diamonds trade is so controlled. And that's why, even if they let all the fucking diamonds out, diamonds would still have some value because of what we've put onto it. We've created the romanticism of like, oh, you must be engaged with a diamond and putting on a girl's wrist. So even if you flooded the market in the same way that they flooded the market with money during the pandemic, even if you release a fucking stimulus of diamonds, how much did that stimulus really affect the value of the dollar? It's shocking how there's not tons of inflation. There should be so much inflation for the injection of capital that they put in our economy.
Okay.
The fact that
But there was some.
that there's such a minute amount lets you know that this game is really just a confidence game. Once we just go, as long as there are more goods than there is money to buy, money will currency will maintain its value, right?
And I'm assuming they calculated that.
Of course.
Like they're giving away money, being like, we can inject X amount and mitigate inflation by this much.
Yes. But also the most important thing is we got to stop looking at the economy as like, you have this many things, you're rich, right? It's really how many things are you buying? Because when you think about it, when the pandemic hit, it's not like there was less money in the economy. It's not like we took money and burned it when the pandemic came. It was the same amount of money there. It was just a consumption that shrunk.
Yeah.
So they flooded the economy so that where there would be more consumption. And that is what's really fueling consumption and consumer confidence. And that's what's happening with the NFTs, right? It might not be real, but as long as the consumption is there and the consumer confidence is there, all of a sudden it just becomes whatever fucking real is, right? So it's like, I don't know, I'm seeing this like NFT like hustle going on. What I really think it is a way to like pump and dump Ethereum. But you can't just say, hey, buy Ethereum.
I mean, some of it is.
Some of it. Right. Not just speaking like complete extremes, but like you can't say, buy these NFTs. And then people go, oh, how do I do it? Oh, you have to buy Ethereum to do it? Oh, okay. Now Ethereum goes up. It's a worthy investment. If you're somebody who is a Ethereum billionaire. Very worthy investment to give some popular figures in social media $50 million to go buy NFTs with, and then Ethereum goes up 10%, and you only had to spend 2% of your Ethereum to get an 8% return. Anybody does that every day of the week. But the fact that people are starting to buy into it and believe the hype and want to have an NFT and want to make it their profile picture, this could be a real thing. You know, it's like your belief in crypto, right? You may know more than the average person about like what makes these different cryptos valuable.
Barely, if at all.
Barely, right? But you believe people believe.
That's all I believe.
Yes.
I believe people will believe.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you're the fucking like, if you're the leader of a country and you maybe are not religious, but you believe people believe, please believe you're going to use that religion to control some people.
Yeah.
Right? And that is fucking crypto. And that is these NFTs.
I will never understand the X's and O's of pretty much anything, but I think I know people. And I think I know people are going to continue to believe in NFTs at a larger clip, continue to believe in Bitcoin at a larger clip. I could very well be wrong, but these are my hunches.
It looks as if your hunches are right. My hunch was, and maybe I'm way more conservative with investing in things that I can't actually control, but my hunch was like, the FCC or somebody's going to come in here and knock this shit all out.
That's a fear I have still.
But you know what should kind of make you feel a little bit better? I think enough rich people are invested.
Yeah.
And rich people dictate the economic policy.
Yeah.
Not the FCC. Rich
point.
people go, hey, buddy, I'm up 50% on my crypto. You know, whatever person who runs the fucking, monetary policy in America and the rest of the Western country, hey, we're not getting rid of these fucking coins, okay?
Yeah.
It's not hurting anybody. I'm up 50%. I'd like to keep that fucking money. So the more invested, when Visa buys an NFT, like the more invested the institutions get in crypto, the more fucking real and safe it becomes. It's kind of crazy, even though we all know it's a farce. It's nothing.
Yeah. But it
fucking nothing.
In my mind, couldn't walk me through how this conversation didn't happen with the dollar hundreds of years ago.
Maybe in the 70s, because before that you could get gold, right?
Okay.
And
so
now,
once they remove the gold standard, it's like, what do you...
But here's the thing. Can you ever remove a gold standard if I can just buy gold with dollars?
I mean, yeah, because then
It's not pegged.
Yeah, each thing is varying.
And you could theoretically
The dollar could fluctuate.
Can you
but
flip
not-
the
yeah.
same argument for Bitcoin? Is like, if how fake is Bitcoin? If I could sell a Bitcoin for $45,000,
As long as there's a consumer for it.
yeah,
And then the idea is eventually like they either remove the marketplace or enough people feel like you can't sell it. Like it's made illegal in enough places where it's like, okay, it's only legal in El Salvador. I don't think they got enough rich motherfuckers in El Salvador to buy the rest of our shit. I'm just saying the investment in consumer confidence, no matter what it is, a fucking NFT, a sleeve in a video game, a fucking podcast, whatever the people find valuable, if enough people find it valuable, it becomes real. It doesn't matter if you like it or not. We might not like BTS or that fucking K-pop band. We might not understand it. If enough people like it, that is popular music.
Yeah.
Enough people wear baggy jeans, that is the thing. Like,
all fashion is confidence in what people are doing.
and it's like enough tastemakers doing a thing.
Yeah,
It's NFT. It's like enough. We were saying this in the car. Baggy jeans should be more expensive than skinny jeans because it takes more material. If we're just going off of the material, they should cost more. When they're not cool, they cost less. When they are cool, they cost more. Right? It's the consumer confidence that dictates the price.
and to tie fashion to this, it's like every new fashion that's ever come around. Like now, when skinny jeans first came, I was like, this looks so fucking stupid. This looks unbelievably stupid. Now I'm used to skinny jeans. I'm looking at baggy jeans like, that looks so fucking stupid.
What was I thinking when I wore
What
that?
the fuck is that? That's not a thing.
Yeah.
But that's what this Bitcoin shit was to me. Is what the fuck is that? That's not so stupid. It's
And
gonna
look-
go away, right?
look
It's
what
gotta
they-
go away.
Look what they did with fashion. Like when they want to make something cool, I'm sure the companies reach out to the influencers. They're reaching out to Bieber. They're reaching out to Ariana. They're reaching out to all these different people. And they're like, hey, we would love to put the Kardashians. We want to put you in our stuff. And then all of a sudden the rest of us see that and they go, oh, I guess this is the new cool thing. That's no different than crypto.
Yep.